Do you think they can get us for copyright if you playing? Do you think they can get us for copyright?
Well, no, we got 5 seconds. How long have we been recording?
We got 11.
Can you hear me? Is this too loud? Am I peaking?
No.
I don't wear headphones because
he's a scrub.
Bose hasn't sponsored us yet.
Shout out to Bose. Let me see here. Where we at? Normally we got long with intros. Let's just get right to the shits though.
I don't have the shits.
I was
bro, I want to talk about Let's Go Pikachu.
I don't.
What a bitch.
So I'm gonna start this off, but I think there is a part of integrity in this shit. Excuse me.
I haven't read the last 5 chapters. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I
haven't read this week's chapter yet. Tell me how it went.
Oh, this week's chapter was great. You see, so they started it, and it was like over before you knew it.
I'll fucking die.
Oh.
But I'm also like okay because he stopped it on not a cliff. Well, it's a cliffhanger, but it's like an intermission in a play, and it's fine. Like maybe we go to Reverie next week. Maybe not.
Man.
Oh man. What are you looking up right now? What are you trying to set up for this? What are you trying to set up for these good people?
Hold up, man. Oh, this ain't what I wanted. Hold up. I ain't got the video. Matt, say something. Make it sound like we know what we're doing.
I don't know what there's like 2 cameras pointed at me.
Act like we know what we're doing, Matt.
Dude, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna look at Pokemon.
Act like we know what we're doing.
I know what we doing, bro.
That's what I want.
Bro, what are we looking for right now?
I don't know if is that heard?
I could hear it, which means it's probably
Can anyone hear that?
That's so loud.
Let's go. We gotta talk. Hold up. Does Anchor hear that? Do y'all niggas hear that?
What are you doing?
I need to know if y'all niggas hear this. Hold up.
What the fuck are you
doing
right now?
Hold up. I need to know if y'all hear this.
What the fuck is happening? Oh, yeah.
Y'all hear that? Okay. So we got to start off this
guy's hyped.
So, I'm absolutely hyped because I got to talk. I got to say something here.
I got to talk some mad shit.
I have to stop by saying I'm wrong.
My boy Kaido one-shotted my boy.
I was wrong as shit.
They killed Luffy, and Kaido's the Pirate King, and that's how they end the series.
You know,
what a setup.
It was great.
What 900 chapter setup just to have Luffy die.
Like, it was... Oh, my gosh. So this is great. Right?
All right, so we're going to go, 2 chapters back. We're going to just get, the 2-chapter fight. We haven't talked,
I'm going to get with this.
We haven't
I have to focus on this. It's a bye week. I'm not going in order. I don't give a fuck.
We haven't talked about, Luffy getting donked in the head really hard.
Then we're going right there. We're going right to that fight.
Homie's sitting in a pool of blood.
We're going right to that fight. Man.
All right.
Man. And
let it out.
Because, so I apologize, Kaido. I was wrong. I underestimated you.
Only because he'll kill you.
And let me be very clear. Big Mom, I still kind of hold the opinion of. I'm not unsure that Luffy could have scrapped with her a little bit. You know, Blackbeard, I'm not unsure. And now he's national.
We don't know
shit. He wiped out Whitebeard's crew. That's cool. But Luffy can scrap. I'm still holding on to those opinions. Luffy obviously got no business fighting Shanks yet. Fine, get that. Shanks on top of the world, cool. My nigga Kaido's in another place.
Yes.
Kaido is not. It's not he's just emperor. Oh, he's stronger than it. No, fam. When Big Mom said you can't fight that monster, she really meant you cannot fight that fucking monster. Not yo, he gonna be stronger than you. Not he's just the big bad. No, you just can't fight that fucking monster.
Not yet.
That monster is out here.
Can we talk about how?
No.
Get your shit together.
No.
Oh my god, these poor people.
If you wearing headphones, I don't give a fuck. So am I.
You want to talk?
You know when Madara used the line? You know when Madara used the line? When Madara pulled out the 5 Susanos and all the wood clones, and the Kage were like, "Nigga, how the fuck did this just happen?" And he dropped the line. He's like, "When you're an adult fighting kids, why would you use your full strength?"
And he dropped the meter right on him.
And it was damn, you gotta like that? You could just like that? We just some kids out here, we some punks? And then
don't know what's happening right
And
now.
then 3 chapters ago, Luffy's like, bang, right on. We found Kaido's a big fucking dragon. Cool. My nigga, you a dragon. That's scary. That's dope. That's terrifying. Fine. You a dragon.
This guy's on one right now.
Luffy, bang, right on top of his head. You get kind of like the weird face, like, fuck, someone's hit me in my head. And we're like, yo, Luffy did it. Oh, Luffy's on. Oh, he got something on his sleeve. He ready for this. He ready for this fight. Luffy got a couple slugs and like, you ever fight like, I used to fight my uncle. Never had a chance to win it, but I used to fight my uncle.
Compared your uncle to a drunk?
I just want you to know, my uncle was drunk too. That's how we used to fight.
Oh, man.
And we'd sit there and we fight, and I never had a chance, right? But he let me get a couple of hits in. Let me fuck around a little bit.
We have so much to unpack in this episode.
And I think I have emotional shit I need to unpack.
I think you got something you need to work out.
And so we'd be sitting there fighting. I get a couple hits in. And then he'd just be like, nah, kid, you're like 10. I'm like 30-something. I'm gonna fuck you up real quick, right? And basically just picked me up, throw me on the couch, said I'll be fine. I can't do shit. Kaido was like, cool, let you get a couple hits in, see where you really at. Everyone's saying you strong, you big shit. Maybe you said, nah, fam, fuck out of my face. Bah! Luffy ain't never been one-shotted before. Like, and not like,
yeah.
And this isn't one shot like at the start of the story. We're like, all right, cool. You just.
This isn't like with Aokiji one shot. This is like, bah, one shot. Literally like.
Aokiji froze you.
Put him to a head.
Cool. Like let's show you the difference in power. This was my nigga. Damn. Which makes me think. And I was like throwing with Kid. Kid got one shot. We over here thinking Kid got the shit knocked out of him. Kid got hit once.
Oh yeah.
Kid got hit fucking once and dropped.
Yeah, but he has Conqueror's Hockey, so.
Now, we're gonna get next. I want you to go right into that there next. So I got something because I want to stay in this thought process right now because I think, and I went back and looked at a couple pages when you started talking about this theory, and I'm buying it, but I'm only buying on the basis of kids gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
We might be thinking the same thing. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But yeah, man, Kaido, give it up to the king of the pirates, my nigga Kaido. Give it up to the fucking pirate. I don't care if he's the pirate king. Who the fuck telling him no? Also, who the fuck was the Rock Pirates captain?
This guy's a fucking monster, isn't he?
Who the fuck?
Wait,
like,
someone
and you gotta apologize too.
Someone who got beat by Garp.
You gotta get this fucking nigga. Give it up for Garp. And you gotta apologize too, because you definitely was out in the last episode and you was like, hey, yo, fam, Kaido's the buggy at Embers.
What if that? Yeah, I did say that.
So we need.
Would that have been funny?
We need some.
He needs some.
We need to rescind some comments here because I say a lot of bullshit, but we also have a lot of thought that goes into it. I'm never scared to stand by my opinions and what I say because y'all ain't had the amount of time put into this shit that I have. Like we used to have these conversations literally 4 or 5 without even a microphone in our face. We've had 3 or 4 hour conversations on this shit. So I want to hear nobody be like, "Oh, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about." But I will admit my mistakes.
Yeah, dude. I would say like he's not the buggy of Emperors.
Lord, I hope
what if he is though?
Oh gosh.
I love like he sobered up and he was like.
That's why he was pissed.
Yeah, he was pissed because he was sober, dude. Like,
he was like, "This little punk ass kid hit me." That was how Luffy hit him in the sobriety.
That's a pretty big hit. You ever hit someone so hard they go sober?
Like,
shout out to PB.
So now with that, I'm gonna give it to my partner. And you texted me on Thursday, I think it was.
I gotta look at this theory.
Thursday or Friday, and also we don't take credit necessarily for this. When we talk, we're adding to the conversation right now. All these theories are not saying they're directly from our mouths. Usually, if they're our own theory, I think 2 or 3 times I've just kind of been like on the spot, like, "Yo, I just thought of this." So we're not here taking credit for nobody's shit. So don't come at us like, "Oh, that was this nigga Alpha said this, or Jordan said." We say they said that shit.
Yeah, dude, I cite my sources.
Yeah, like we are adding to the conversation. So fuck y'all who say otherwise.
Damn, bro. Yeah.
Where's my gunshot at?
Oh. You gonna get a gunshot
I'm gonna get some gunshot noises for you.
Oh my god, this guy's gone.
I'm gonna get some gunshot niggas for you. Gunshot soundboards.
This guy's on a good one right now.
Where this shit at? That ain't what I want. All right, so tell us your theory.
Okay, so I was watching like a Joy Boy video. I'm gonna cite that one, and he mentioned that there's like an indestructibility factor that might go with Conqueror's Hockey, and that's why you can't hurt Big Mom. I think Beige drops the line. He's like, I heard that gunshot, dude.
You heard it?
Yeah, I heard. So Beige mentions that Big Mom can't get hurt ever. And that's like without armament hockey. And it's the same thing with Kaido. So Kaido can't get hurt either. So it's like the idea of like, oh, your Conqueror's. His theory was like, it's not armament hockey, it's Conqueror's hockey. And that's because we haven't really seen it do anything except take out fodder. And it's like, is that really like all it can do? But if you go back to Rayleigh, and Rayleigh goes, according to him, hockey blooms when the user fights strong opponents. Bro, this guy's like...
I just had to make sure everyone was aware of the energy I'm bringing today.
I know, I have none.
It's okay, I'm here. I didn't have my coffee yet. Y'all don't want me on coffee.
I woke up like...
Y'all don't want me on coffee.
But yeah, no. Yeah, so it's like, Rayleigh says hockey blooms.
Blooming! Bloom!
Blumenfeld? Amir? Jake and Amir.
What?
Amir Blumenfeld. Okay, anyway.
My bloom sounds like a 9mm.
This guy.
I'm kind of wild this morning.
I think you're on one.
I'm kind of wild.
You got it.
I need to show the fuck out.
This guy's like...
Oh, they got a shotgun, nigga?
They got a shotgun sound effect?
Oh. Okay.
Dude, our 40 subscribers aren't going to like this.
That's fine, yo.
They can't hear. They're not going to be able to hear this. I got to get closer to the mic because I'm getting quieter and quieter.
It's okay. I got plenty of... Whoa. They ain't gonna like that. I got headphones on. Hold up.
Right.
On that note, I just lost the microphone, nigga. Get the fuck back.
Damn. All right. Well, it was a good run. I quit. Anyway, so I'm doubling down on this like indestructibility factor, mainly because, I mean, they can't. Like, why not? Why not? You know. But you get questions of like, why does Shanks lose his arm? You get questions of why does Whitebeard get stabbed? And it's like the idea of with Shanks lost his arm 12 years prior to the story.
Yep.
Prior to where we're at right now, Shanks lost his arm. He probably wasn't a Yonko 12 years ago.
We've always kind of tried to figure out when that time is exactly.
I feel like if an emperor just walked into like because our theory has always been if an emperor walked into the weakest sea, that would be like headline news.
Yes.
Because like an emperor can't do anything without being like noticed.
Except
even Kaido. Like, oh, Kaido and Big Mom are... when Kaido was coming to Marineford and the Marines were like, oh, Shanks stopped Kaido. Yeah, so it's like, no emperor can move without like being noticed.
You're right.
So I don't think his Conqueror's Hockey was that strong. And with Whitebeard, I think it was illness that was fucking him up.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a testament to how strong he is, though, because now it makes total sense why he got half his head blown off and was still able to, like, stand. Because he does have that indestructibility factor.
Shots for Whitebeard.
Yeah. Oh. Just like his face, dude. Call him Blackbeard.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, it's a testament to how, like, indestructible this guy actually was. Like, he got, like, you know, his insides melted by magma, and he was still able to move around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like an idea of like, oh, his Conqueror's Hockey is that strong. But Kaido drops the line, there's too many Conquerors. So my theory is if hockey blooms, like when you fight strong opponents, maybe there's the idea that like you need to conquer conquerors and break their will to make yours stronger. And here's another thing. With Ace had Conqueror's Hockey when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
He was a little kid. But Whitebeard conquered him, in a sense, changing Ace's drive. Ace wanted to be like the strongest pirate, right? And then his drive changed to wanting to. He deferred to Whitebeard.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry, a little plug-in moment there. So keep going about talking about Ace or Whitebeard conquering Ace.
Yeah. So, Ace loses. It's the idea that like if your will is completely broken, your will to be a conqueror is completely broken. You lose conqueror's haki. And in a sense, like, the person who conquered you gets it, and that's how it gets stronger. Thoughts?
I like it. Initially,
and that's where, like, the indestructibility comes from. It's the strongest conqueror's haki you can get. So how many people do you think how many wills do you think Kaido is broken? How many wills do you think Big Mom is just broken? And that's why they're so indestructible. How many wills did Whitebeard break? And that's how monster and he is.
So that actually brings me to the point now. So I want to say this, and I'm going to kind of change my mind for what I initially was going to come here and say. Come here, fuck with here. Initially, I was like, well, Whitebeard didn't really break Ace, did he? Because in my mind, I was thinking like break, like you beat him. It's kind of like if you and another pirate are on the Grand Line and you fight each other, the winner is like, I broke you, get the fuck out the Grand Line and win shit. Whereas Whitebeard was like, come be my son. To me, when I read it off text, I was like, we didn't break him. But he did. He changed his view.
He changed his outlook. Yeah.
So the Conqueror was still Whitebeard, and Ace was like,
Ace was conquered.
Yes, and Ace was like, hey, I'm going to be for you now. So I agree with that. I think my bigger point came with, and I went back and looked at some pages. So Luffy got one-shotted, right?
Yeah.
And dragged to the fucking torture place and thrown in this little cave with Kid. Luffy's pissed. Luffy is just living. He's like, nigga, give me one more fight. I promise you this time, you wouldn't hit me at least twice with that big fucking club.
You gotta hit me at least twice. Yeah, right.
And then went back and
fucking hit him in Gear 4 at his strongest.
Yeah, no, he whooped the shit.
He whooped the shit out of
him.
It
wasn't competitive. I'm okay with saying Kaido's the strongest thing walking the planet. And the fact that, hey, by the way, dude, it's even more terrifying. What the fuck did Shanks do?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how strong is Shanks, dude?
What the fuck did this nigga do?
If Kaido's that powerful, Shanks walked up and went, nah, don't go. Like, what the fuck?
Like,
Shanks is a monster, dude.
Shanks is a real one.
But with this idea of, like, conquerors being that, because there's been a theory out there that the admirals don't have it. But, yeah, I don't think
they do.
If not, Akainu has to. Look at the beating Akainu got. You know? And he, to the point, because it's also like an ambition. You're not trying to conquer anything in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
But Akainu had the ambition to take, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a conqueror aspect to Akainu. So it's like, what if he has it and it's more along the lines of, like, he doesn't want to use it because he'd rather, like, just melt people, or if, like, he doesn't need to use it. It would also
be dormant if you're not.
It could be dormant. But it's also a testament to how I think you have an indestructibility factor, but I think magma still melts everything. So he has just a really good power.
Yeah. Magma's good.
But it's a testament to how he was able to survive Whitebeard. It's a testament to how Aokiji was able to survive, like, next to him. You know, like, I think there is this whole, like...
Kizaru have conquered Saki?
Oh, I hope he does. He's like, ooh, you're all...
that.
No, I feel like Kizaru... if Kizaru does, and he's just like, I like fucking with people, then knocking them out. I think if anyone has it, I think Akainu has it. Because I think there's ambition in there. I think to the point where, like, he doesn't like being told what to do because he is trying to, like, conquer everything. Like, he wants to conquer the Navy. Like, he gets
the Gorosei have it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We
don't know anything about Gorosei.
This is where the theory is weird.
Here's the thing, though. If the Gorosei don't have it, it makes sense because they've succumbed to Im. Yeah,
the guy,
the king of the world.
Yeah, so he'd be the only one.
They've succumbed to him, so they theoretically might not have it.
What if, what if Kangasaki is a lesser version of the Will of D, meaning no one in the Navy would have it. Mm-hmm. Now they would have a contrary power to it, so something that could combat it. But the Will of D to conquer everything, or do you throw the world into theoretical? Because the D, now that we're not 100% convinced D is evil, but D is perceived to be evil, right?
I'm assuming D is probably for devil, especially since like because you get this whole like the devils versus the holy, like holy land of Marijois, you know, like
correct.
So I wouldn't be surprised if D was like they're like descendants of devils, like devil fruit. You know what I mean? Which would
the fruit's always been the one we've went. I'm saying for contradictory purposes,
okay.
To play devil's advocate, is what if that is their power, right? So meaning whoever was the last, like if Roger was the last strongest D alive, right? Like he was on top of the world, his Conqueror's Hockey, we're just going to assume, was fucking batshit.
Yeah.
Okay? He had that power. I'm going to get into my hero just because I've been watching a lot of it lately. It's not one for all where it's like it's specifically passed down, but that power is harnessed in whoever the strongest D on the planet is. Okay. Which right now we have Teach has to be in that category, even though I don't personally feel like it, but he's got to be in consideration for that category. Yeah. Luffy's got to be up there.
Yeah, Luffy's up there. I would agree.
Who else do we have that's a top ranking D? Kid. I don't.
But here's the other.
I have to see if Kid got one. I don't know how to feel about Kid's power, especially
because we've never seen him fight.
We haven't.
Besides, like Saboti.
The page that Kid is in that fucking thing, he looks depressed.
I don't know if he's depressed though, because it looks like he's. Because I've also heard the theory that Kaido like lets him challenge him whenever he wants because he does want to die, but like he's trying to break their will, if that makes sense. So there has to be like, I wonder if we're gonna enter a training arc where it's like Kid and Luffy either have to like combat against each other, or Kid and Luffy are gonna tag team Kaido,
and then just still.
Yeah, but it's the idea of like, so there's 2 weeks, right? Mm-hmm. There's 14 days. So if Luffy's getting knocked out and then coming back and like continuously fighting Kaido for 2 weeks, like imagine that Kid fight, which was, or not Kid, imagine that Katakuri fight that was 1 day and Luffy was getting knocked down and coming back up to continue to fight this monster, but we have 2 weeks of it.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it would be interesting if the revelation is like, well, one of us, not both of us can't beat him because together our Conqueror's Hockey isn't strong enough. But if I get your Conqueror's Hockey, I'll be strong enough to take out Kaido. Because I think with One Piece it's interesting. So there is a big like friendship and team factor, but there isn't only one can win. Only one person can sit on the King of the Pirate throne. Mm-hmm. And so there is this whole aspect of like, well, at some point I am going to have to be stronger than you. And so it'd be interesting if after going through maybe a week and a half of them trying to beat Kaido to like, you know, tag teaming, them realizing one of us has to step up to become king. And then they have to fight each other and one has to succumb the will to the other. We'll see Kid eventually succumbing to Luffy, making Luffy even stronger. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Because I think that'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting take on an arena, especially if Kaido's just like, all right, I'm the one that breaks my crew's will, you know, like I don't let anyone else fucking do it. Like if I'm, because in my mind I don't see Kaido as a bad guy yet. I see Kaido as someone who's trying to push people and challenge people while still being, we'll say, the antagonist of the arc. You know, because I still think Kaido wanted to kill Whitebeard, but Kaido couldn't beat Whitebeard. But he wouldn't succumb to his rage. He wouldn't like succumb to that because he was like, I know I can beat Whitebeard.
Could he beat Whitebeard?
Well, no. I think in his mind, it was like when Luffy gets his ass kicked by Kizaru. When Luffy gets his ass kicked by the best people at the war, Luffy's goal is still to.
He's like, yeah, give me a second, let me back at him.
Yeah.
So
which is interesting because at one point, I'm sorry, I don't cut you off, but I had this thought a little earlier. It's interesting because when Luffy has PTSD and he's like, I don't want to be king of the pirates anymore, Jinbei's the one that brings him back. Which it's the one time Luffy goes back on his ideals, and it would be an interesting thing because it would be theory, like from a symbolism story perspective. It's PTSD nearly broke. PTSD can break anybody.
Yes.
And to the point where it's like Jinbei, if Jinbei knows about conquerors, or if Jinbei is just a good friend, Jinbei is the one that potentially saved Luffy from giving up and succumbing to another's will, giving up on his ambition.
Which that means you can be broke by someone who doesn't have it, because Kuma's the one that broke him.
Yeah, exactly.
Unintentionally. No, I'm sorry. He was intentionally doing what he did. He wasn't intentionally trying to break Luffy at that time. He just knew there was a bigger long game plan.
Yeah.
That'd have been fucked up. Wow, Kuma, you would have really... Because you imagine you went back. It's like, did you do it? Nah, fam, I broke your son. I'm sorry. I fucked up. It's like you had one job.
I just think it'd be interesting because there is like a revenge. Like people keep saying like Kaido wants revenge. Kaido wants revenge. Well, we don't know a lot about Kaido except that he kind of looks like Oars, and he looks like the big mother. He looks like a continent mover, basically. So what if he wants?
I don't know. He was shorter this time.
That's what I'm saying. But what if he wants revenge on the world government because they killed the last of his kind? And so it was kind of...
We're going back and forth on this now because we was definitely out here 2 weeks ago talking about this nigga's a dragon.
Well, I'm flipping it. I'm sorry. But here's the thing, though. If he has Conqueror's Haki, he can't get hurt anybody. So, yeah, he can turn into a dragon. You put sea stone cuffs on him, though, and he has this monster Conqueror's Haki. You're not going to stab him or break him anyway. If he has this monster Conqueror's Haki and he falls off a sky, if he falls off a cloud, he's not going to get hurt anyway because he is this big of a monster. And what if his ambition is revenge against the world government because they hunted down and killed all the continent movers? Oars, I'm assuming Oars died during the War of the Best. And I think Moria is cut from the same cloth.
He's just the shitty one.
He's just the shitty one. If he's your Buggy.
I was just about to make
He's your Buggy, yeah. So you have...
Shout out to Moria and Buggy. Love both of y'all.
Yeah, so it's like...
I hated both your arcs.
I still think Moria is going to come back in some capacity in this arc, because I think to get Kaido's backstory, I think we get more of Moria's story.
Moria doesn't
and we also
hockey because she got conquered by Kaido going to the
exactly,
world.
You see? And his ambition was broken. Despite what he said, where it's like, well, I'll just he was definitely someone who was like, well, if I just do this, I can beat him. And it's like, no, you're done. Like you lost. You're done.
That's really cool.
You see what I'm saying?
Do you think Moria was on his crew? Do you think Moria was like the failed Blackbeard?
No, I think Moria was. I think Moria was from the same
area of the world.
Same area, yeah. So
I want to see that island because this island, there's like the ones the islands are drawn really. I'm presuming the islands are drawn there more so for this is where they are, and not for actual representation of how big or how they look.
Yeah. Because
they've shown world views of the One Piece before, and there's no island big enough to hold all these motherfuckers. Like even the island for the giant looked so it was drawn small, and it looked even weird when you just had the 2 Elbath niggas on it, and it's like, fam, y'all all can't fit on this one rock.
What if an
and there's a giant crew? Like what the fuck?
That's a big boat, right? This world's big. Like, we've already established the One Piece world is massive.
It has to be, 3 or 4 times the size of Earth.
Oh, it has to be, yeah. It's not a question. And it's mostly water.
Yeah, it's humongous. It's huge. And the islands are, an island could literally be North America.
Yeah.
That's what the Giants have to be on. The Giants have to be on, some form of North America. Yeah. That's how huge that place has to be.
Here's my thing. My theory has been for a little bit. Elbath...
I'm gonna get some eggnog.
Yeah, do it. Elbath is kind of like I'd say maybe a sister island, or if I think the continent, I think the continental or continent movers were definitely something that disappeared either during the Void Century or right after the Void Century. I have to do more research into that, but it'd be interesting if part of like a big battle was like the destruction, like breaking Elbaf. And Elbaf isn't an archipelago, but like
Elbaf is Pangea?
Yeah, it'd be interesting if Elbaf is a larger piece of what was this continent movers like home. It would also explain why they've like evolved to be like a little bit different, because depending on the environment of the Grand Line, like people change. So if the horns disappear,
so now I've got a kind of a wrench to throw at your theory.
Go for it.
And So now follow me here, right?
I'm going for it.
Okay, you're indestructible. Like the stronger your conqueror's haki is, it kind of starts to fall in this lines of like you're not worthy enough to kill me. Like your convictions don't even match, aren't even close enough to mine. You can't hurt me, kill me, none of that shit.
Yeah.
Right? Who broke Roger?
Illness.
He was dying. He was dying, but he was not. It had.
I think he also was
to go away because Whitebeard had illness, age. He had constant battle scars. Like he was just a breaking human, and he was still monstrous.
Well, I think Roger's also a testament.
And Kaido wants to die. Kaido is suicidal.
I think Kaido
and is still too strong to fucking kill himself.
Kaido's suicidal and wants to die when he's probably drunk.
I don't know.
No, well, we don't know. But it'd be interesting if his ambition...
Drunk can blow up a building.
His revenge is... Or his want for revenge is so strong that it cuts out his own, like, drunk side, where it's like, I just want to die. And if Kaido is part giant, he's been alive for a very, very long time.
Yes.
So, and if his drunk side wants to die, but his sober side is that powerful, like, I mean... Luffy was knocked out, and he was able to like knock out fodder.
Okay.
Like, so that's, you see what I'm saying? Where it's not unheard of to have like your inner will stronger than what you're outputting.
No, absolutely. So then I would also say to that second point, okay.
How did Roger die? Is that
it kind of is, and now can I even add this to it?
Go.
So Garp beat the rock pirate guy, right? Like just conviction, fighting straight up, however their whole battle took place, which is probably monstrous. He beat him. Okay.
How powerful is Garp?
Garp's a monster. That is. I don't want to hear another like One Piece power ranking list and not have Prime Garp at like the top spot.
Yeah, Garp might be the strongest person in the world.
And so taking that logic, could Garp never had to fight Roger, but Garp could have broke Roger. Because even in Roger's mind, as much freedom as he wanted, he knew, like, now this could have compounded with the illness. He knew the way the illness was taking a toll on him. Well, yeah, he could have probably preserved his life for X amount of years.
Yeah.
Same way Whitebeard did, being super strong. In the back of his mind, he's like, fuck, this dude's not old enough to go away yet. Like, it's almost like the breakdown mentally of, like, at some point, Garp is going to get me.
I think it could also have been, like,
if that's the case, Garp brought down two to it.
Well, if Roger's goal was to conquer the world, he did. And he basically went, okay, I'm done. And it's not such like it's not the idea of like yeah, Conqueror's haki is probably like insane, like, and Rayleigh has Conqueror's haki, so it's not unheard of for someone like I think it's based more on ambition, but I think it's also
Zoro has it.
Zoro I think has it.
Zoro has it.
Oh yeah, the fear
what he did to Monet, and that's fine because their goals are different.
Yeah, I think that's it, and I think the same with
Rayleigh's goal.
I don't know. Rayleigh just wants.
Rayleigh, what are you thinking about, Rayleigh?
Rayleigh,
what are you thinking about?
Rayleigh just wants to like live his best life and fuck the barmaid and.
What if that's really it?
Yeah, I think that might be it. And I think Rayleigh was his first image of Rayleigh. Our first image of Rayleigh as a young man is him like sitting back on a boat, like just watching the sky, and then Roger comes in.
You think he's just the old man who hates to be interrupted? Like
Rayleigh?
He stays on that island, and he literally his like will or his thing he hates the most is the government. Every couple of years trying to poke at him, and he's just like, "Fucking stay away from me."
Like I don't think his Conqueror's haki is on the same level as like someone trying. I don't think he's trying to maybe because I think Joy Boy also theorizes your goal can be something else. Like there's a reason why there has to be a correlation between this Conqueror's Hockey or this indestructibility factor and your goal like getting messed with. With Big Mom, it was her picture frame or the fact that she doesn't get sweets. I'm not quite that Joy Boy says sweets. I'm not going to double down on sweets right now.
I'll double down on the picture. The mom.
I'll double down on the
mom.
Yeah, it's the idea that but he was stating that it was you look at. I'm sorry. Her what drives Big Mom is the idea that Mother Sherry's going to come back and acknowledge her. So
that actually works really well because Whitebeard really broke when his son was killed, and that was like his number one thing. You don't fuck with my crew.
Yeah.
And he was never going to be at that moment in time.
He couldn't protect his family.
He couldn't protect his family, and he knew because of there's 3 admirals, Garp, and go. There's enough people around here. I'm like, I can't kill this dude. Get out of here with all my kids and save everyone, which would have been his downfall.
Combined with the illness.
Yeah. Luffy's broke because Luffy's above and beyond being Pirate King. Like his friends are number one. His friends were all taken away from him.
Yeah,
that decided to go at him,
and that triggering this PTSD,
like
where Luffy was almost conquered.
Okay, I'm buying that theory
because it also explains
what's Shanks.
Shanks.
What would be Shanks' connection?
What drives Shanks? I don't know. We don't know shit about Shanks.
Let's theorize. What do you think would drive Shanks? We do too much of, and not that it's a bad thing, but we do a lot of it's like because the way Oda writes, like we don't know until we know.
Yeah,
we're gonna start doing theory. I'm gonna do some theories about because
honestly, this whole Conqueror's Hockey thing could just be like a wash, and like
it could
like this whole episode could be just a wash. I like this theory though because
tweets that don't age well. This might be one of those, but fuck it, I'm gonna jump out the window with it. I'm gonna say with Shanks, it has everything to do with that little town, and I think it's the only reason why him and Garp have any kind of cohesiveness. They both protect that little town, and that's why that little town, even though it's in the East Blue, it should get fucking shit wrong. Village. Yeah, Windmill Village should be fucking blown through. People fuck with it. That is literally protected by the 2 people on the planet who you just don't fuck with.
Here's a stretch. What if Shanks' drive was to wait for Luffy because he gave him the hat?
I could buy that too.
Because he said...
Give you $5 for it right now.
Yeah. Well, I said it.
I know. $5 for that.
We agree on it. Yeah. Okay. No, so like I think there's a line when he meets Whitebeard. Whitebeard goes, "Oh, you're missing your trademark hat and your arm after coming from East Blue."
Your trademark arm.
Yeah. Trademark hat and your trademark arm.
You should copyright that bitch. You only got one of them now.
And Shanks goes, "Well, I bet the hat or I bet my arm on the next generation." So it's like, or on the next Pirate King or whatever he says, something along those lines. And what if Shanks' driving force is that bet? Because if he doesn't have Conqueror's Hockey in that village, well, he does. It's a little bit. But what if it like changes to the point where it's like stronger, the stronger drive? That makes sense. Because he has many like he took out a fodder fucking sea monster, you know, like
I can see that.
Like
it would be
or flip side.
Can your thing change?
Huh?
Could your Conqueror's Hockey goal change?
Depends on how strong ambition it is.
Like if you just have a situation, because at one point Whitebeard,
I don't think Shanks got conquered. I think it'd be interesting if Shanks had just unlocked it, and like the first thing he was able to knock out was the sea monster. Where it's like, oh, I think this kid is going to be the next Pirate King, because he said the exact same thing Roger did. And if that's the flourishing of that thing, of that drive and that goal.
So is it the bet or is it just Luffy? Because we can make the case then that part of his Conqueror's Hockey came out because he had to protect Luffy.
Yeah, honestly, it's probably not that. But it'd be interesting if that's the case, where it's why he's always like, I'm going to be waiting for you, Luffy. That he gives the hat back to Luffy when Luffy's like sick. Or when Luffy's like knocked out during the war. And he's like, I'm waiting. Because that would be his goal, is to challenge Luffy and fight Luffy. Which would be if Luffy does fight Shanks and beats Shanks, conquers the Conqueror, that would push Luffy to the peak level because he's achieved Pirate King at that point. If that makes sense. Right?
Is Kaido endgame?
I don't think Kaido's endgame.
Kaido's real fucking strong.
Kaido's really strong. I think Kaido's pivotal to getting to the end game.
Do we think Blackbeard's stronger than Kaido? Here's a funny game. Let's rank.
Who's stronger than who?
Let's rank this, and we'll use this on a scale of. And I'm gonna just to kind of thoughts. I don't want to do. We're gonna be very concise with our numbers, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it just gets out of hand. Okay. Let's say Kaido just on power. We agree he's above Shanks just in power. He's 10,000, right? Like that's the max. He's got
we're
10.
We're playing with numbers.
Yeah.
Here.
So
Okay,
he's got the 10,000 power level. Okay.
Pretty big power level.
Really big power.
We're saying Blackbeard has that? Or
No.
Shanks?
I'm asking where going on scale from 0 to 10,000, and let's stay in obviously like generally the big numbers are all emperors, and like the more even numbers, not like I think he's 3,694.
What's Usopp at?
0.
30, bitch.
In this power scale, he's at a big fat fucking 0.
Okay.
All of his followers should get one shot in.
Thank you. That giant got fucked up.
So Kaido's at 10,000, right? Let's rank the other 4 emperors. So we have Shanks, Big Mom, Blackbeard, and Luffy.
Kaido's at 10,000.
Kaido's 10,000. Kaido's right. Is that fair to say?
Okay.
Kaido's top dog.
I don't think he is.
Well, just in terms of power.
In terms of power.
How strong? I think Kaido's above Shanks, and just in terms of how strong.
We don't know shit about Shanks.
I think Shanks is. Wait, we're done saying we don't know shit about. We're jumping out the window with this.
You know what we know about Shanks? Shanks stopped Kaido.
Okay, so then here we go. So then we'll make this case too. If you want to say Shanks is also 10,000, you can. But I want to stay in this realm of numbers because otherwise it's going to get crazy.
Okay.
Like it's just going to be in there. Like if you had to guess, like theoretically, how strong is Kaido? It's like there's no limit.
You don't want to make it like level 100, like Pokemon.
No, that's what I mean. So 10,000 is basically level 100.
Okay.
So if we're putting Kaido at 10, are we putting Shanks at 10 as well?
I'll put Shanks at 10. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I'll put them at the same level. I think.
Do you want to put Shanks at 11?
No.
You want to put Shanks at 10 and Kaido at 9?
No. I think you keep Kaido at. Kaido's 9.5. Shanks is 10.
Okay. I'm alright with that. So 10,000 Shanks, 9.5 is Kaido. Big Mom.
9.
You think she's 9,000? You think she's that close?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm knocking Big Mom down to like 7.
No.
I think Kaido's in his own lane.
No way. And here's why. If it was that easy for all the emperors to conquer each other, they'd do it.
No, I'm going to disagree on that.
I put Luffy at 7.
I'm going to disagree on that because of territory is still a really big thing.
No, I think
Kaido's not going around to everybody's territory.
Big Mom, I think, is...
Also, you got to factor crews. I don't think... So, when you factor in crew, and Kaido's kind of... And why this works with Kaido is Kaido's goal has nothing to do with Big Mom. I don't think he cares. I don't know if there's a low-key a chance, he don't even know she's alive.
Big Mom?
Yeah,
they absolutely know that.
There's a chance. Well, look,
she called that bitch.
Well, he's drunk. He is a very drunk person. So, him being as drunk as he is and not really paying attention, he's shown the characteristics of a child with a one-track mind. Mm-hmm. So, 95% of his day, yes, he knows she's alive, but 99% of his day, she's not in his line of thinking. I'm going to
change. I don't think Shanks is 10. I think Shanks is 9.8. I think Kaido's 9.5. Okay. I think it's very close.
And that's fine. I'm not even mad about that. What I'm saying...
Maybe even 9.6.
What I will say the big difference between a Big Mom and Kaido, if Big Mom wanted... And this is just... If Big Mom wanted to one-shot. I don't think she can one-shot Luffy. I think that is such a huge disparity in the fact of holding back. So I don't think that was full strength.
I totally think she can one-shot Luffy.
Not holding back.
Luffy just ran away.
No, not holding back.
She absolutely was holding back. She was hungry.
That's fine. Kaido's drunk.
And he sobered up.
Fam, fresh sober is not the same.
I'll tell you straight up, drunk Kaido got hit in the head.
Drunk Kaido let him get a few shots to see what he was at. Kaido, and if your original theory is correct, which I'm intended to believe, that it's like, okay, he did not want to kill Luffy. He had to scale himself back to the point of like, fuck, how hard can I hit this kid? Or he'll stop fucking annoying me, and I can throw him in the cave with the other dipshit.
I'll be straight up though, Luffy threw the exact same punch that he threw at Kaido at Big Mom, and she went, "Oh, that's nothing."
That's fine.
She blocked Luffy's strongest punch. Kaido blocked Luffy's strongest punch. You know,
with his head.
With his head, yeah. Like I think it's way closer than you think it is. Because if Big Mom is a 7 and Kaido's a 9.5, why is she an emperor? Because look at this. Because
everybody else in the New World is like 3 and below.
Because if you're going basically based off of crew, Jack is on the same, like, if you want to go off of bounty, Jack is worth almost as much as Katakuri.
Okay.
And he's not even the strongest member on Kaido's crew, theoretically, because
we haven't seen Queen.
We haven't seen Queen or King, quote unquote. We don't know if they exist.
I do like the cards though. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, because Joker, sick, right?
That's really, I like that. Is there an ace in the hole that no one knows about?
Kaido.
He's not an ace. Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it'd be interesting if Luffy doesn't beat Kaido in this arc.
But you won't. I'm so much more convinced he has no chance against Kaido.
If Luffy gets acknowledged, though, it'd be interesting if he goes, he's not a member of my crew, but he's my ace. Which would tie in. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
That one we'll have to come back to later.
We might come back to that one.
I'm not gonna speak until we have more information. Anyway, so I'm putting Big Mom at a 7, and I'm only saying this because where are you putting Luffy? Here's a better question. Where are you putting Luffy?
Where are you putting Luffy?
I'm putting Luffy at like 5.
I put Luffy at 7.
See, I think
here's why. Luffy's an emperor at this point. He's I'd even give him a 7.5. But if you look at all the people, all the emperors around the world that went, oh, we have a 5th emperor now, and even Blackbeard was like, oh, you can't play at this level yet. I think Blackbeard's like an 8.6, almost a 9. I would put Blackbeard on almost the same level as Big Mom.
Okay, that I'm not opposed to. I would have them closer to the 7 to 8 range.
We're talking end game here. Do you really think Luffy's getting shat on by a 7?
Yes, because I think right now Luffy's
don't.
Because the way I'm viewing it is you're bringing everybody up, right?
I am.
Like you're bringing everybody up, dude. Where would you put Katakuri on this list?
Where do I put Katakuri?
Because I'm putting him at like a 2.
You know, if Luffy's a 7.5, Katakuri's like a 7. If Katakuri's a 2. What the fuck is the rest of? Where's Zoro?
I think Zoro's
not on this list.
I think so. Here's my reasoning for my list. Right, the Emperors play in an entirely different, and I'm talking about just the 5. Fuck the crews, because I think there is something to the crew. Not only how strong you are, but how valuable you are.
Yeah,
like that's just a fact. How we always go back and forth, Shanks and Kaido. Shanks is far scarier than Kaido in the grand scheme of things because he has real ideology. That's scarier than the drunk fucking dragon flying around everywhere. The 5 emperors, and Luffy's really only in this because Oda put him there. I'm not even really there yet as far as like I don't view him the other way I view the other 4.
Yeah, because he's still in training.
Yeah, but he's technically
by the end of this arc, I think he'll be on the same playing field. By the end of this arc, if Luffy's a 7.5 for me, by the end of this arc, Luffy will be really close to a 9. He'll be like an 8.5.
It depends how long this arc is. I'm not going to disagree, but this has to be like an actual like good length training.
It depends on if he beats Kaido, Luffy's a 9.
Well, yeah,
Luffy's a 9. If Luffy's a 9.5, if he beats Kaido, I don't think he beats Kaido in this arc.
He's got a chance in hell.
I do think he'll fight Kaido, and
I think he'll
put up
be able to. I think, he'll turn into being able to fight.
I think
but
he'll.
not.
I think he'll hurt Kaido.
I don't know about that yet.
No. Yeah, because it's not. If this arc is all about conqueror's hockey and becoming a conqueror, then if Luffy can hurt Kaido, then it's the same logic behind Luffy defeating Katakuri, or having Katakuri acknowledge him. It's the same logic where it's like all Kaido wants to do is die, and Luffy is now potentially strong enough to hurt him and cause him to die. I think this arc is all about Luffy becoming up to an emperor status, which I think is in the 8.5 range to 9 range. Like you just have to be brought up to that level.
I think I don't know. Like I said,
because we needed a training arc, because he and Doflamingo were on the same field of play. Katakuri was really close, and Katakuri is nowhere near the Emperor's, right? If Katakuri is a 7.5, or 7, if we were saying Katakuri is a 7.3, and the Emperor's, I think the Emperor's are in the 9 range.
So I don't think the Emperor's necessarily in the 9. Well, besides Shanks and Kaido,
I don't think, because here's the thing: if Luffy is a 5 in your book, and Katakuri is a 2, why? There's no way Luffy got that strong out of that fight, because that would mean Luffy walked into that fight less than a 2 and came out a 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So here's my reasoning for what I'm doing this for. Is, like I said, those 5 in particular, and I'll really even take Luffy out of this right now. Just take those original 4. When I'm scaling them, I'm putting it's kind of like a grading scale, right?
Yeah.
Like, so an A is the 90 to 90 or 91 to 100. The B is 81 to 90. Okay. F is literally 60 and below, right?
50.
59. Is it 59 and below?
59 below.
Okay. So 59 below. So I'll let me rearrange that. So Luffy I put at a 6. Okay. Let me say this. Everybody else, the way I'm grading them is they're all in that F range. Not that it's like they're failures, but that's the Emperors all play in an entirely different space. And if I'm ranking them like that, I'm ranking my 2 A's as Kaido and Shanks. Mm-hmm. If I'm going B, I'm going... I'm probably just based on... I want to see more... I actually want to see him fight before I put him higher. I'd probably have Big Mom more in the B range than I would Blackbeard. And that's not saying... And I think Blackbeard will end up getting there. The only reason I'm putting back Blackbeard as a C right now is because I literally just have not seen him. I just got the... Okay, he took out the Whitebeard Pirates, what's left of them, which sounds cool. And then the more I think about it, the less impressed I am by that statement. Because if you think about the fact that Marco got away and was able to get away with, like, really, didn't look like any scarring injury. Like, holy shit, I got
we
real
haven't seen
fucked.
Marco yet.
He had him with the glasses. We had Dr. Marco.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
so,
yeah, I think he's scarred, isn't he?
He doesn't have. It's not like an Aokiji scar where half his body's fucked up, or a like a Kainu you can see where he's more fucked up. Like, I didn't see that, and so the more that I'm like, okay, so you took out Jozu, you took out the swords.
If we're looking at if we're treating the first mates as like a 7.5 range on the scale, and
not on this scale. This scale is the Emperor scale. I'm not putting those guys. Whitebeard's crew would fall into... I
think they need to fall on this scale somewhere, because
they'd fall in the F range.
No, I don't think so. For you, maybe, but for me, absolutely not. If we're thinking them as like... Because they're not nobodies. They're not failures. They're not nobodies.
They're not, but they're nobodies in regards to like. So put it like this way, right? Are you still going to the gym pretty actively?
Yeah. Okay.
So you would just go yourself in pretty good shape right now?
I'm all right.
Okay. Go train with some Navy SEALs. You're gonna look like a bitch, right? No, this is my analogy here. Okay. You are not in a Navy SEALs class.
No.
Physically, shape wise. In their scale, there's some Navy SEALs that are like A+ motherfuckers. Like, they're even above the other Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
There's dudes who are like, the average Navy SEAL, like they're still crazy to a normal person, but they're average Navy SEAL. Some who are a little bit less, right? Okay. You would fall in the F range compared to a Navy SEAL. You are not compared to them. So that's what I'm saying. When you're saying like the first mates have to be somewhere, no, I don't think the first mates.
I'm not a first mate to any of them.
But even still, you would be a first mate to probably what is the average physical shape of someone who is 24 years old, especially in America, because we all fat asses over here.
Well, let's talk about it like this. That's a moot point. Let's look at it. I gotta get that point across. I go to the gym.
Okay.
Navy SEALs obviously get their special training, right?
Yes.
The first mate would be getting trained by a Navy SEAL. I'm getting trained at the gym by myself.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me that...
So if you had a personal trainer, do you think you would be more inclined to be along the lines of Navy SEAL?
If I'm doing Navy SEAL training? Because if that's my...
I'm going to say... So I'm going to say... Well, the biggest difference with them is like...
Your analogy has holes in it, my friend. I'm not getting trained by a Navy SEAL.
You're also not eating like them, which is more...
Well, that's part of training. That's entire... If you want to go... We're going to dive on this analogy. Like, if a Navy SEAL or a sergeant in a Navy SEAL was like, hey, I'm going to train you to be a Navy SEAL. And I go, totally cool. I'm going to fucking be in some great fucking shape, dude.
Okay.
And that is what the first mate is. The first mate is a step beneath.
I don't think all the first mates are trained. I don't think all the first mates are trained by their captain, though. I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
Especially because if you look at, what is Whitebeard going to train Marco in?
You don't think Katakuri got trained by Big Mom in
no.
some form of hockey at all?
No.
You think Katakuri was just born that way?
She literally tried to make all her kids born that way.
Yeah, like
Katakuri is the one that hit, and a couple of them hit. But
so training is obviously moot. Like with our analogy, we're doing the gym. They're on the same boat as these people, and you don't think they're trying to like surpass in any capacity? You think Ace was the only one that was trying to surpass Whitebeard? And Ace was two.
But okay, so there we go. Ace trying to pass him. I don't think Whitebeard was giving Ace training lessons.
It's not about... You think Katakuri was giving Luffy training lessons?
No, because what you just said was that if you were trained by someone to be a Navy SEAL, okay, these guys aren't being trained by their captains to be captains or to be emperors. So
no, but you're in that environment though.
Okay, that's fine. When you go to the gym, you're in the environment of people trying to get in better shape.
Yeah.
So then,
if my ambition is to try to be in better shape, I might look at them as an example and try to get to that level. Okay. So even take that. So So have that ambition. Want to be like a Navy SEAL. Okay.
Go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. If I'm throwing you up, and this ain't shitting on you, if I throw you up against 10 Navy SEALs, you're still going to finish last on whatever the physical test is. That puts you in the F range.
No.
Yes.
I'm watching a Navy SEAL train and I'm mimicking a Navy SEAL.
Okay, fam, I can't go mimic. No, because that doesn't work.
What does that
mean? So take the mimic argument. Do you know why there's and I'm going to throw sports out here. There's Mike, right?
Okay.
Michael Jordan.
Okay, here we go. I don't want to deal with this fucking argument.
No, because this is what you're saying. Okay? Then there's Kobe Bryant. Okay? Kobe has pretty much mimicked what Mike did. Like, if you look at them, if you look at the tape, a lot of the moves Kobe has, they're not original. They're copying Mike.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes have tried to copy Mike. There's a reason why there's one Kobe, and there's a lot of dudes who are not in the league no more. There's a lot of people who aren't playing basketball anymore like that, and they all tried to copy Mike. So just saying because you're looking at someone and you're trying to copy what they do does not mean you're going to end up like them.
Yeah, because then that's where talent comes in.
Okay, so take the talent, take the will to be there, you can still finish as an F.
I guess. But
that's all I'm saying. It's these dudes are so insane, and I'm not shit on nobody. Like, these dudes are all so fucking crazy strong.
Yeah, but
that to compare someone to them, they can't hold the jockstrap.
But going off of what you're saying, if they have the talent and the ambition, why are they the first mate? That's because they are the first mate, because they have the talent and the ambition, and they are that strong. But
but no one said in their first mate another emperor. Because they know that's suicide.
What are you talking about?
Whitebeard's not going to tell Marco, hey, Big Mom's over there, go fight Big Mom. Big Mom's not going to tell Katakuri, hey, Kaido's in that direction. Go fight him.
If I'm
That's
training
the
with
difference in. That's the difference in how strong they are compared to their first mate.
I can do all the Navy SEAL training in the world, but like when they go, hey, go kill a terrorist, I'm not gonna fucking do it because I'm not a Navy SEAL.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm not a failure.
But you're not looking at it. I'm not saying like you're a failure at life. What I'm saying is,
wait, hold on.
No.
Where's that coming from? We're talking about an analogy here.
No,
you're getting so heated about this.
No, what I'm saying is, what you mean heated? You're the one who fucking deep dived on this shit. Anyway,
you're the one that thinks everyone's a failure.
No, because in terms of, like I said, put a grading scale. Okay?
Yeah.
So in a grading scale, if 100 to 90 is an A, right?
Yeah.
So for me, 10,000 to 9,000 is the A class. Okay? Go 9,000, 8,000. That's the B class. 7,000 to 6,000 is C, right? Is this making sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. So and where did you just put Katakuri?
I put Katakuri on a C range.
You put him at 7?
I put him.
Who did you put? Was I the one that put everyone below 5?
You put everyone below 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I still feel like they're below 5. I don't think.
Well, who's on the bottom of this scale then?
Usopp.
So you're saying
Usopp is at the very bottom.
You're saying Usopp is 20% weaker than Katakuri?
No, I'm saying Usopp's like Usopp's in the low.
No, we're talking 0. We're talking 0.
0%. Like Usopp's like 2%.
Who's your 100%? Who's your 0? We're saying Shanks is as close to 100 as you can get.
Yeah,
who's as close to fucking 0 as you can get?
Out of characters that actually mean, I exclude characters that are never gonna fight, like the fucking kids from the village. They're definitely at a 0. Them niggas still throwing slingshots.
Well, okay, shit, they're definitely at a 0. You think Katakuri is 20 points heavier than they are? Does that make sense?
How are they 20?
Because you put him in a 2.
2,000. And I raised him up to 3 because 2,000 was wild.
Again, you're thinking think about it like this: Luffy is getting his ass whooped, and you put Luffy at a 6. He's getting his ass whooped by Katakuri. His hockey is nowhere on the same level when that fight happens. Do you think he jumps from a 3 to a 6 in that one fight?
Luffy.
Does that make sense to you?
Because what you're doing is.
What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm taking. I'm taking exactly what you said.
No. See, this is what I love about this. I got Will and Tony pissed off too. I got them dragging the iron on Monday. Shit is funny.
I'm not dragging the argument. I'm taking your argument.
No, okay.
I'm checking your math.
Say that. All right, how about this? I get a 60 on a test, right? 60%.
We know. I went to school with you.
Thank you. Fuck. I just shut the fuck up. My bad. Fucking stupid. I ain't debating your ass. I got a degree.
Give me fucking 6 months. I will.
Oh shit. You get. No, I'm sorry. I get a 59, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You get a 0.
Okay. I get a 0.
You fucked up everything.
I got really bad. I forgot to put my name on it.
No, you did. That's how they know it was specifically your 0.
They were like, I know he put the name. I know he put Chris Jones on this fucking test, but this is Matt's handwriting. This is 0.
Hey, the worst thing ever, not the sidetrack, was the worst test I ever had was in chemistry. Mr. Price, I had to go retake the test because I missed the date. I was absent that day.
Yeah.
And so I went back to take the test after school. Took the test, yada yada. Handed it to him. He's like, "Oh, great on the spot." And I see him start grading. I see him start marking some shit. And he's like, "Do you want it back now?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'll wait till I get it tomorrow." Fully. And then I got it back the next day. And I'm like, "Woo!" It was. And that was the one time he wanted to look at me. He's like, "Fuck, you stupid. Like, why are you here?" But ended up getting a C.
Okay.
In both semesters. He was really proud of me. He's like, "You started off real bad." He's like, "But you got better."
Did he straight up say that?
Yeah, no, he told me he's like,
you're pretty bad.
He's like, "You started off real bad. I thought you were gonna fail." So he's like, "Props." And it wasn't even a strong.
Price. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, it wasn't a strong C, but I'm like, the fact I got to see chemistry, I never want to do chemistry again. Anyway,
I graduated high school. That's all that matters.
Pretty much. I got my shit turned around.
Yeah, I agree.
So I get a 59, right? You got a 0.
Okay.
That's not 59 points better. That's 59 percentage. That's not okay, you were at a 0%, you were at 10%, you're just 10 points. No, to get from 0 to 10, it in percentage is not just necessarily using 10 points.
Okay.
That's why, like, obviously, unless you're doing like the real basic test has 100 points, test has 100 questions, right? Then each point is basically a percentage. But if the test has 67 questions, and they'll even tell you the questions hold a different amount of the percentage, right?
Okay.
Is this making sense so far?
Does it making sense to you?
It makes absolute perfect sense to me.
All right.
No, okay. So okay. If a test has 67 questions, each question's not a point.
True.
Okay. So if you get 3 wrong, and so if I get 3 questions right more than you, my percentage of the test I got, it's not going to be 3 percentage points higher than you. That might be the difference in me having like a solid A and you having a solid B. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not saying that he's 3 points off or he's 10 points off or he's 1,000 points off. The percentage of that test, what I'm saying is you're in that bracket. So 0 to 10 being the niggas who's mad dumb, only put their name on the test and get like a question or 2 right.
Well, by this logic, dude, Katakuri is only 2 points ahead of those kids. Because you put him, 3 points ahead of those kids.
No, he's the percent. He's 30% higher.
He's 30%.
He's 30% higher. He's the 33% on the test compared to the nigga who got 3% on the test. That's a big difference.
And does that make sense to you? That little kids in a village are 30%.
Okay, take out the little kids in the village. Little kids in the village don't even fit on there. They failed the class. They're not in this class. Okay. That's like throwing kindergartners in a chemistry class. Like,
well, by your logic, they all failed the class.
Yes, because they failed the class to be an emperor. This is emperor class. An emperor class only has 2 ratings. It's like a driving test. Nigga, you failed or you passed.
I think you're so you're looking at it from an emperor perspective?
Yes,
because I'm looking at it from a power scale.
No, this is the emperor's list. This is how strong and how insane are these 5 guys. And the only reason I capped it at 10,000, and that number really is irrelevant. The number could have been like you said, it'd been like Pokemon status, right? Throw the bitches at level 100.
That's what I'm doing right now.
It's just, I just wanted a cap, like a number to cap, right?
Yeah.
And even still, if you want to do the 100 scale, okay, if Shanks and Kaido are like 195, 98, they're in that range. I'm putting like Usopp is like a starter Pokemon if he's that high. Katakuri is in the 30s, meaning he's a 3rd evolution. This actually works out a little bit better. He is a 3rd evolution Pokemon. You know he's fucking strong. But he's not fighting. These niggas that are in like the 90s, not only are they level 90s, these niggas are level 90 legendaries.
No. I can't get behind it. I don't know. Like, I just think like, I think you might just be overthinking it. Because I feel like, to go back, let's look, we're talking the Emperor scale here. Let's go back to this. If someone is at 100 and someone that gets a B is considered in the same class as someone that gets 100, like,
you can have niggas can get B's in honor classes.
No,
all them niggas smart.
I get it, but I'm also like, I mean, obviously the guy getting 100% in this insanely hard class is going to be doing much better than you. Put Big Mom at a 7.
I had her. Yeah, I gave her a B. I put Blackbeard as a temporary C, and I said that until I get a fight. If I get a fight that shows me, okay, Blackbeard deserves to be a B, I'll put Blackbeard.
Well, if I'm an arrogant motherfucker, why do I think that I'm in the same class as like someone who's getting a C?
Okay, who's arrogant though out of the hundreds? Shanks isn't really arrogant.
We'll say Kaido, and no, okay, now you're flipping my analogy on me. No, I'm saying why do I feel like I'm on the same? If I'm arrogant as fuck and I'm getting 100% in this insanely hard class, and it's me and this other dude, why do I give a frosty fuck about someone getting a 70?
Okay,
C-.
and that's fine.
And that's Big Mom, right? So if we're gonna flip it,
right now for this one, I think Big Mom's gonna be Big Mom's gonna be.
Let me finish. So let me flip this back into One Piece realm. I have 2 monsters, and I have you. Where we put it? You put Blackbeard below Big Mom.
Like I said, I'm gonna keep calling that only temporary until I see.
Until you see something.
Until I see it.
Okay.
Fight.
So
He probably is a B. I'm just until I
Let's
see
just,
like
let's
the
just
for sure
argue.
fight.
Let's just argue and say he's on the same level as Big Mom, who you
Okay.
put at C.
No, Big Mom's
Why?
in the B. Big Mom is a B.
You gave her a 7.
I gave Big Mom. No, but I changed that because then I said no. I fucked that up.
Okay,
So Big Mom is in the 80s, so
okay.
she's in B.
Let's give her an 80% to make it rounded. So 100. I'm getting 100 on everything, and there's this person getting a 80 and a B minus, whatever you want to call it. Flip it on power. Why don't I just conquer her?
Because and for that you have to look at the actual people who are getting 100. Okay, Shanks's goal is not to go around conquering other emperors. That's not his goal. So he's out of that, right? Shanks is the smart kid in class, but he's really just minding his own business. He's getting his good grades. Probably because his parents beat the shit out of him. He don't get a good grade at all. Okay? Kaido is the wild factor because his behavior is unpredictable. He spends just as much time drinking and trying to kill himself as he does actual conquering type things. So it's not a matter of like, oh, because I don't think they really do care what they do. They move of their own accord, and they move of their own accord very freely.
Yeah.
Big Mom knows, though. She's like, I don't want to run into Kaido. I'm not trying to fight Kaido. We haven't heard.
Let's flip it. So we're looking at this scale where it's like 2 100s, and obviously, like, we've gone off the fucking rail with this. Yeah. But it's 2 100s.
I love this convo, though. I think this is a dope convo. It's like, this is an actual way of, like, define. Because we always give, like miscellaneous points, like how strong are they? So this is actually, like, try to put it together.
Where do the admirals fit?
And this is where, and now the admirals are...
Because the admirals need to be on this list.
They do.
And depending on what you say is really important.
Okay. So, and this is where the admirals are going to fit in. And we've been on the basis of this. We don't think an admiral could take an emperor one-on-one. But combined 2 of them or 3 of them, you now have a legitimate fight. Not saying they win, but you have a fight.
Okay.
So the admirals are going to be, for my analogy I'm going here, they're going to have to be below Luffy, not much. So I don't have a number.
You think Luffy's stronger than the admirals?
I think one-on-one, I think he can take all of them now. I am very confident in that.
I don't think so.
I'm very confident in that. Now, and that's
where does
being a...
Where does Akainu sit?
And that's where I would say Akainu I'm going to put toe-to-toe with Luffy. I'm going to put the regular admirals as just a hair below them. I'm not giving them a number because I'm trying to figure out... Because I don't want to contradict myself here, but I'm having a hard time playing this out in my head. Is they would be the kids in the class who... Let's say you had to test to get into that class, right? Okay. You test to get in that class. Boom. You did that test. But you had to study your ass off. You had to, like, you were kind of playing above your head. Like, so you're in this class, you kind of get it. It's not coming to you as easy, but you can work your ass off and stay in this class. You're not going to have the best grades. You're not going to be the star student, but you can just say that you have on your resume when you go to graduate, yeah, I passed fucking AP trigonometry physics. Like... Like that is to me, I don't know exactly what number I'd rate them, but that to me is where the admirals would be in. Can one of them fight an emperor head on? Fuck no. But to take Luffy out of that conversation, like I said, I'm not putting him quite on.
If the admirals only emperor by bounty. And the powerhouses of the government are that weak, why does Kaido need to build this huge army? Why doesn't Kaido just walk in there and take them all out? Because
that is where the Gorosei come into play. And if Kaido moves, the Gorosei have to move. The Gorosei are on this list, and the Gorosei are more in Emperor County, where am I going to 100% be like feel confident saying, especially because they all look older, even if we think they're younger, even if they're older bodies, we think they're like younger inside. Yeah. Am I going to say confidently, yeah, they can all take them, like I'll go 1 for 1? No, but the Emperors don't want those problems either.
Where did Whitebeard fit on this list?
Whitebeard fits on this list where Kaido currently sits. I'm gonna say at the now, and I'm using the end of Whitebeard's regime. I'm not I'm not going to even fathom like younger Whitebeard. Okay,
Mhm.
so the end of Whitebeard's regime, he would have been in Kaido's spot in terms of the strongest entity.
Yeah.
Shanks was closing in on him, and to not only deal with strength, but also the ideology that Shanks brought with him. Shanks just has the bigger plan in the back of his head, where Whitebeard is like, hey, if I have my if Whitebeard's family was never fucked with, he's probably still just sailing around somewhere, like just chilling.
If Whitebeard was that strong, why didn't he just walk up and get Ace?
Because they showed you when Whitebeard went at the end of Whitebeard's regime, and I think kind of would have had the same result Whitebeard did. They threw literally all 3 admirals, vets. Damn, my girl got a wild laugh. They threw warlords, admirals, vets of the Navy, millions of bullets, millions of they threw waves at this SOB. Mm-hmm. So this was not like Whitebeard just walked in there and was like, and mind you, broke the bitch. Like he fucking sank Marineford. So it wasn't like he just he went in there and did as much as one person possibly could. Mm. And I think Kaido would have had a similar result. He would have gone in there, and Whitebeard, even the way he fights, has to be very careful because he's not party friendly, right? Like if you're playing a video game and you got like a crew of people, he's not real party friendly to be like, all right, you're support, you're the mage, you're the cleric, and I'm just cracking earthquakes, and anybody can get this.
Yeah.
Like I do a lot of friendly fire. So Whitebeard even had to alter the way he fights, where Kaido probably would not have altered the way he fights. Kaido might have actually had less injuries because A, that nigga can fly, and B, he don't care.
Are you kidding? Kizaru can fly.
I get that, but Kizaru not trying to fly over in the air and see Kaido.
I think the power scale is a lot closer than you think it is. Because, like Oda said, we are around, like, this is nearing the end of the story. I think this power scale, I think if you were to tell me this, I don't know, 10 years ago, I would have agreed. 100%. I would
10 years ago? What was the time skip?
Was it 10 years ago?
Oh, yeah. Was the time skip 10 years ago?
About
the 2-year time skip?
Maybe about 8 years ago.
Okay.
Something like that. So, like, if you were to tell me at pre-time skip that this was the power scale, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. But I think now that I'm looking at it, 8 years later, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is potentially the end of the story. Because by saying that, like, an emperor is as, and you're not even saying she's weak, but by saying like the emperor is.
No, I think she's literally the 3rd strongest person on the planet.
No, I agree.
I don't think that's debatable.
I think, but to put the admirals
or 3rd strongest person, I can't speak for him and I can't speak for the girls say yet. They're close.
There needs to be a reason why there is this stalemate, because if these people are as powerful as you say they are, Gorosei are as strong as you say they are, let's just walk into Big Mom's territory and kill her.
No, but that's where like I said, I don't know how strong the Gorosei is. I don't know. Okay. I don't think anyone in the Navy, I'm excluding M from the Navy because I think he's different. Anyone that's just naturally in the Navy can one-on-one take an emperor.
I honestly think that, and I think Im isn't as strong as we think.
I'm just excluding him because if you're king, I think you're different.
I think there's a level, like, I know the Gorosei have been perceived as these giant entities, but I do agree that they are on emperor level because I think they protect Im. But I still think, God, I think it'd be so interesting if Blackbeard just killed all the Gorosei or like defeated the Gorosei. Because that would be such a big telling sign of how strong Blackbeard is, and B, what that power scale is.
And he's the wild card because he could be the strongest person on the planet.
He's the strongest, yeah.
He has his powers.
He has the fruit. He has the fruit that lets him do that.
Dude, what if he stole Kaido's fruit?
What if he stole Kaido's fruit?
He's just a dragon that spits
I don't
earthquakes.
think he's going for that. I think I agree with you. I think he's going to become a natural disaster man.
I love that.
So he's
theory.
going after
I
like
love that theory.
ice and fire and
I love that theory. Oh,
which means Enel's on that list.
hell yeah. Do we ever figure out what fucking Kaido breathes? Are we convinced yet?
I thought it was fire. I just figured it was like fire beams.
That's what I'm thinking. I just
Like homie blew up a mountain.
that just has to be animated. I need full clarification. I can't tell just
It's
by
a
looking at it.
Kamehameha.
Yeah, like I was like,
His
yo,
mouth.
no, because that's a real scene. Like when Master Roshi first does Kamehameha, it's on a fucking Japanese castle, and he blows it the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did that just happen?
He also blew up the moon.
That would Piccolo.
Nah, Master Roshi blows up the moon.
The moon gets blown up a couple times. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
Oh no!
Right.
The moon definitely gets out. They definitely get the moon the fuck out this bitch.
But yeah, I'm thinking this power scale is way closer than you think because there's a reason why no one has made a move on anyone since.
Well,
there's a reason why Kaido thinks he needs to have this huge fucking army. You know, like whether he's conquering the world government or if he's just conquering the navy, like there has to be this reason behind it. Because if Kaido is as strong as we say he is, and he's as unpredictable and as monstrous as he says he is, or as we know him to be, or as we think he is, he doesn't need a fucking army. He just walks in.
Do you think?
Because I am the firm belief that Kaido was going to single-handedly walk into Marineford to try to get to Whitebeard or get to something in Marineford. I don't think he had a crew with him. I think he was flying, and I think Shanks just happened to see him in the sky and bring him down. That's such
a wild scene.
It's such a wild scene.
Just like Leonard was like, oh fuck.
Because I feel like I think that interaction I think is way more important than we think it is if we're thinking power scale wise.
Do you think we're ever gonna get that scene?
Maybe in this arc.
I think that's pivotal. I need to know what happened.
It's a testament to Kaido's character. I think that scene is going to be very telling in the long run if Kaido becomes an ally or a villain, or becomes an ally or stays a villain. Because he's unpredictable. He's unpredictable. I think the idea of to go back to my original point, if he's by himself and the power scale is as close as I think it is, he'd have gotten demolished, dude. Because Whitebeard got demolished.
Okay, so here's an interesting theory to back on top of this.
The only reason Shanks was fine was because everyone was tired, dude. They'd been fighting for.
Oh yeah, I think Shanks I love that scene. Shanks definitely gets overhyped for that because he stopped by himself. Like, no, fam, everybody was not. There had been carnage going on already, and he just. If Whitebeard walked in that same situation and Shanks been on fighting, Whitebeard would have.
If you're looking at it from an anime perspective, Shanks' sword is stronger. Shanks is stronger than Whitebeard because magma didn't melt the sword.
Once again, I'd have to see that. That could have been. I also don't know. Kaido was only planning on punching Colby. I don't know if he was going all out to kill Colby.
True. It's magma's magma, though, right?
Yeah. So here's an idea actually, and we got to wrap this up. What if Kaido's just kind of like this great enigma, right? So Kaido's a giant, has been around for a while.
Uh-huh.
What if Kaido's been an emperor kind of since the dawn of this, or at least since I'm on board with you as far as when the Rock Pirate, when he was defeated, they split up and that created the emperors. Mm-hmm. Okay. What if Kaido, and he's in his completely in his own class for power scale, but because he kind of is so unpredictable and wild, and dragons are always kind of one of those things that are tamed or detained by people. What if the only reason Kaido has not acted entirely to what someone of his power could is because there's always been one person to keep him in check. Roger used to keep him in check. Whitebeard used to keep him in check. Shank used to keep him. Shank now keeps him in check.
Here's an interesting thought, and
that'd be cool as fuck, and that would explain why he could be this much stronger than everybody and never move like it.
What if his ambition is more? What if if Rock or whatever his name is? What if he was Kaido's dad?
Dad or master?
Or master or whatever.
I'm going with only because dragons are usually like I'm going like Avatar status here.
Yeah.
And not necessarily like, oh, you do exactly what I say, but like you will respect me. And those are the only 3 people or 4 people that have ever had his respect.
Because who's on?
Which is why he's so pissed that they're all dead.
Well, we have 2 giants on that crew. Kaido's essentially a giant, right?
No, absolutely. And that's why he's been around for all these years.
Big Mom's a giant.
Big Mom is a giant. He doesn't respect Big Mom like that. He acknowledges her.
Yeah.
Because she knows, like, yeah, like this, she can't beat me, but this bitch is strong. Like, she's flying around on a cloud and throwing fire and lightning at niggas.
What if Rock was like one of the last continent movers?
That he could have been.
And then anyway, that's a different podcast.
I just think that would explain, that would not only defend my list, that would reinforce my list. Because that's why Kaido does not just go around, oh, I'm just stronger than everybody, let me go blow shit up here, blow shit up there. Because the fool, if he can do that to that castle, he could absolutely, if he ever left the New World, he could literally fly around and blow up every island on the Grand Line.
Yeah.
And no one could stop him.
Why doesn't he do that?
Because Shanks keeps him in check. Whitebeard used to keep him in check. Remember, the initial reaction, the introduction to Kaido is, Roger, why'd you die? Whitebeard, why did you die? And I think if because of how he wanted to give us the context of the information, Rock would have been on that same list. Rock, why are you dead? The only fucking thing I got now is I got this red-haired motherfucker. Yeah. And there's still probably like some conflicts between them, but there's at least enough mutual respect and some form of taming. I don't know how we use taming as my exact word. I just can't think of another word for it at the moment. It's like, so Shanks is all he got. And which will bring the ally, if you want to pull him as a later ally, Luffy's got to be the next guy.
Maybe. I don't know. I just think I honestly think the power scale is a lot closer than you think it is. I really do.
I might just be overhyping. I just have like one-shot the main character 900 chapters in, Matt, is insane. Yeah. Like I can make a case that's never happened before.
I can make a case. There's not many 900 chapters.
That's fine. But don't even take the chapter. But I got you. Story.
Yeah, yeah. I just think like
and since we killed Yusuke.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a one shot.
It wasn't a one shot. I just think like if Big Mom, because she was hungry. So let's put hunger on the same layer as a Kaido.
Luffy could have.
There's no way Luffy could have beaten Big Mom.
No, not beaten. But Luffy was still.
I'm pretty sure she could have also one-shotted him if she had was because we know that food is pivotal for Luffy. Yes. Water 7, right?
Which he ate right before that. I was trying to think of that one.
Yeah, he ate right before going into that Lucci fight.
Well, no, the Big Mom fight. This is the second time. Because they were hiding in beige and he was eating.
Yeah. But Big Mom was really, really hungry and she wanted her sweets. And she just blocks it like it's nothing. Luffy's strongest punch. And I just think like you catch Big Mom full. So Big Mom at the end of that arc would have would have one-shotted Luffy.
I'm just not. One shot is it literally
one shots.
I would not even use the term one shot if Kaido didn't just do it, because I want to say, if you had told me going into this, well, I wouldn't have said he would have beaten Big Mom. Well, I was kind of on that he could take Big Mom, but that was with conditions. And I would have never said he could beat Kaido. I would have at no point fathomed that he was that far away from Kaido, where it wasn't like, okay, there's clearly a difference.
The first time he actually fights an emperor, he gauges it with Big Mom, which is why I think he was like, this is attainable, but I can't do it right now, which is why he flees. But with Kaido, there's rage element to it. He thinks his crew is dead, or like not. He doesn't think, but he's like praying. Like Kaido sent an attack at his crew, and so Luffy's pissed. The whole goal is to beat Kaido as opposed to running away like with Big Mom. And so Luffy goes into that fight and it's the first time that he gets, oh, this is the power scale. I'm beating Katakuri is not good enough.
He got clubbed upside the head and was broken. Like that's just I just can't get that out of my mind. But we're gonna have to wrap this up. See, Oda, what happens when you don't fucking give us a chapter? We go on fucking hour-long tangents about who the fuck's stronger. You gave us a lot of information with not enough.
An hour and a half tangent.
Oh yeah. Well, with the first part we went on the tangent, but I think I brought up the scale thing at like the 20-minute mark. The last one.
I don't know. I think the powers. I will double down and say it's way closer than.
Who do you guys think the strongest person in One Piece is? Tell me it's what's that
Buggy is.
What's my man's name?
Bucky.
Chopper's Kingdom.
Farouk?
Nah, Chomp Fruit, dude.
Oh.
tell me it's that nigga.
What? No.
Wapple. Yeah, my nigga Wapple.
I was like Watatsumi, the fucking like ball thing from Fishman.
Yo. Wapple is the strongest character in One Piece. Confirmed.
As Buggy is. That club wouldn't have hit him.
Damn. As always, go check out
Buggy D Clown.
Please go listen to the audios on Anchor, Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, on YouTube here, Hardfound Network, Twitter, Hardfound Network, Instagram, Hardfound Network. What's your Instagram again? I always forget that shit.
Shadow Riley.
Shadow Riley, go hit him up. Go let him know Kaido is a fucking monster.
Kaido is a fucking monster. I think all the emperors are fucking monsters.
Tell him Kaido ain't out here playing with motherfuckers. Alright, we'll catch y'all next time.
Boy.